Hello guys, how are you? My name is Professor Aftab Khan and I'm teaching you international business and you also know me and since a very long time. We discussed so many things in the international business management, advanced international management, and in the continuation of those lectures, today we're gonna discuss our chapter, which is known as the growth of international business in advanced international management. Okay, in this chapter, we're gonna discuss so many things which we were discussing before, and in this we will discuss many things. So, in the comprehensive manner, we will discuss the whole comprehensive chapter regarding today's lecture. Okay, so I'm starting my lecture. Again, I'm repeating the name of the lecture. The name of our chapter is the growth of international business. Okay, so the specific prevalence of international business has increased significantly during the last part of the 20th century, thanks to the liberalization of trade and investment and the development of the technology. Some of the significant elements that have advanced international business includes the first one is the formation of the WTO, which is known as the formation of World Trade Organization in 1995. Actually, WTO is an organization which is known as World Trade Organization, and it was founded by the United Nations in 1995. Okay, with the help of this WTO, uh, all the world, all the countries of the world are has signed this agreement that they will share the information of trade of one country to another country, and they will follow the rules and regulations, a globalization manner, an international manner. Okay, and then the inception of electronic fund transfers, which is known as the TT, the telegraphic transfer, which is known as the Western Union, okay, PayPal, and many other things. With the help of this WTO agreement, these things gonna discussed, and these agreements were compiled and signed by all the countries of the world. And for example, I'm giving you a very good example. Everybody knows Western Union. Everybody knows telegraphic transfer, which is known as the bank wire transfer. So this telegraphic transfer or the bank wire transfer is based on the WTO, is based on this World Trade Organization agreement, and all the international we can say this that the countries of the world has to follow these guidelines, which will give by the WTO, which will give by the World Trade Organization. Okay, so the introduction of euro of the European Union, in Europe, one currency is governed, is regulated in the whole Europe, which is of 28 or 36 countries. Okay, and the common currency is known as the euro, which will be is based on the European Union. The technological innovation that facilitates global communication and transportation, which is known as the internet. This is the common example. The dissolution of a number of communist markets, thus opening up many economies of private business. So these are the growth of international businesses. Okay, so in international business, the main perspective is the signing of the WTO, which is known as the World Trade Organization. The World Trade Organization, my dear students, came into being in 1995. Okay, almost 30 or 35 years or 25 years before. With the help of this trade world trade agreement, you can everybody, all the countries of the world can do a wire transfer, an electronic transfer. Okay, and with the help of our fingertips, with the help of our internet, we can send money to any place of the world, from South Korea to Pakistan, South Korea to Uzbekistan, South Korea to Indonesia, or Indonesia to Pakistan, or South Korea or Uzbekistan, and vice versa. This is a miracle. This is a miracle because you know, my dear student, before 1995, there was no concept of transferring the money from the wire bank transfer. Okay, there was no concept of Western Union before 1995. Okay, and now in yes, if you want to send any money from any place of the world within the fingertips, we can send it. Okay, so this is a miracle. This is a miracle and of today's world, and this all miracle is based on the internet. With the help of the system, with the help of the internet facility information, we can send the money to any place of the world. Okay, so today the global competition affects nearly every company regardless of size. Many source suppliers from foreign countries and still more compete against products or services that originate abroad. The international business remains a broad concept that encompasses the smallest companies that may only export or import with one to another country. We well are as the largest global firms with integrated operations and strategic alliances under the globe. Globe means world. Okay, you know, my dear student, there are some challenges also which for our considerations of international business, because nations states have unique government systems, laws and regulations, taxes, duties, currencies, culture, practices, etc. International business is decided more complex than business that operates exclusively in domestic markets. My dear students, the major task of international business involves understanding the sheer size of global marketplace. There are currently more than 200 national markets in the world. Why is there 200 national markets? Because in yes, according to the United Nations status, in this world there are 200 countries. So 200 national markets, because all the countries of the world, all the 200 countries of the world signed an agreement with the WTO. With the WTO means that with the World Trade Organization, and it presenting a seemingly endless supply of international business opportunities. However, the diversity between nations presents unique considerations and hurdles, such as the first one is the national wealth disparities. In the national health disparities, wealth disparities among nations remain vast. The second one is the regional diversity according to the wealth and population. In the North America, suppose, is home to just 5% of the world's population, yet it controls almost one third of the world's domestic growth products. The third one is the cultural linguistic diversity. There are more than 10,000 linguistic cultural groups in the world, my dear students. The country size and population diversity, there were about 60 countries at the start of the 20th century. By 2000, this number grew to more than 200. Okay, so some of the challenges considered by companies and professionals involved in the international business includes: the first one is the economic environment. You know, the economic environment may be very different from one country to the next. The economy of countries may be industrialized, developed, emerging, new industrializing, or less developed third world. For third world, what are the third world countries? In this in world, always be remember there are three types of countries. The first one is the developed countries. Developed countries means United States, United Kingdom, South Korea, Japan, France, Germany, Italy, European Union. These are the first world countries. The second countries are the developing countries, which are known as the low and the medium countries. For example, Pakistan, for example, India. Okay, these are the income countries or the developing countries. I don't know about the status of Indonesia or Uzbekistan. You can check in the internet. But according to my knowledge is concerned, if you are belongs with Indonesia or if you are belongs with Uzbekistan, these countries are also comes in the developing countries, okay, which are the low or the medium income countries of the world. The third level are the underdeveloped, or which is the least developed countries. The least developed countries are the third world. The third world is Africa side, Uganda, Tanzania, Kenya, okay, Nigeria. These are the less developed countries or the third world countries. So further, within each of these economies are a vast array of variations which have a major effect on everything from education and infrastructure to technology and healthcare. So these categorization, developed, least underdeveloped or least developed, these categorization is based on the education, infrastructure and technology of healthcare. A nation's economy is structured as the free market, centrally planned market or market also plays a distinct role in the ease to which international business efforts can take place. For example, free market economies allow international business activities to take place with little interference. On the opposite end of the spectrum, centrally planned economies are government controlled, although most countries now function as free market economies. China, the world's most populous country, remains a central planned economy. Okay, the second one is our political environment of the countries, which is based on the WTO in the International Business Organization. Okay, it tells us the political environment of international business refers to the relationship between government and business, as well as the political risk of a nation. Therefore, the companies involved in international business must expect to deal with different types of government, such as multi-party democracies, one party states, dictatorship and constitutional monarchies. Some governments may view foreign businesses as positive, while other governments may view them as exploitative. Because international companies rely on the goodwill of the government, international business must take the political structure of the foreign market or the foreign government into consideration. International firms must also consider the degree of political risk in a different in a foreign location. In other words, the likelihood of major government changes taking place, just a few of the issues of unstable governments that international companies must consider, including riots, revolutions, war, and terrorism. Now we will discuss the third one, which is known as the third aspect, which is known as the cultural environment. The cultural environment of a foreign nation remains a critical component of the international business environment, yet it is one of the most difficult to understand. The cultural environment of a foreign nation involves commonly shared beliefs and values. It formed by factors such as language, religion, geographic location, government history, and education. It is common for many international firms to conduct a cultural analysis of a foreign nation as to better understand these factors and how it affects international business efforts. And then we will discuss the competitive environment. So, in the competitive environment, you know, this that the competitive environment is constantly changing according to the economic, political, and cultural environments. Competition, it may exist from a variety of sources. Okay, and the nature of competition may exchange from place to place. It may be encountered or discouraged in favor of cooperation and the relationship between buyers and sellers, and it may be friendly or hostile. The level of technological innovation is also an important aspect of the competitive environment, as firms compete for access to the newest technology. To ensure success in a foreign market, the international business must understand the many factors that affect the competitive environment and effectively access to their impact. Okay, so these are the things which we gonna discuss regarding the international business, and these are the technical things in which the international business encompasses all commercial activities that take place to promote the transfer of goods, services, resources, people, ideas, and technological across national boundaries. Internationally means, okay, in the international business it occurs in many different formats. The first format is the movement of goods from one country to another country in the form of export and import in the form of trade, which we already discussed in the previous chapters. The second one is the contractual agreements that allows foreign firms to use products, services, and processes from other nations, licensing and franchising. The formation and operations of sales, manufacturing, research and development, and distribution facilities in the market, in the foreign markets. Okay, so the study of the international business involves understanding the effect that the above activities have on domestic and foreign markets, countries, governments, companies, and individuals. Successful international business may recognize the diversity of the world marketplace and are able to cope with the uncertainties and risks of doing business in a continually changing global market. An international business strategy, organization, and functional decisions categorize it as a multi domestic company with independent subsidiaries that act as a domestic firm, or a global operations with integrated subsidiaries, or a combination of the two. The challenging aspects of the international business, however, is that many firms combine aspects of both multi domestic and global operations. And my dear students, the multi domestic, a strategic business model that involves promoting products and services in various markets around the world, around the globe, and adapting the products and services and adapting the product and services to the cultural norms, taste, preference, and religious customs of the various markets. Okay, so these are the things which we gonna discuss in today's lecture regarding these things. And the multinational business, the business strategy that involves selling products and services in different markets, okay, without changing the characteristics of the products or services to accommodate the cultural norms or customs of the various markets. Okay, so the benefit of the international business and the concept of the comparative advantage. It tells us the participation in international business which allows countries to take advantage for their comparative advantage. The concept of comparative advantage means that a nation has an advantage over other nations in terms of access to affordable land, resources, labor, and capital. In other words, a country will export those products or services that utilize abundant factors of production. Further, companies with sufficient capital may seek another country that is abundant in land, labor, or companies may seek to invest internationally, okay, when their home market becomes saturated. So, the participation in international business allows countries to take advantage of specialized expertise and abundant factors of production to deliver goods and services into the international marketplace. This has the benefit of increasing the variety of goods and services available in the marketplace. The international business also increases the competition in domestic markets and introduces new opportunities to foreign markets. The global competition encourages companies to become more innovations and efficient in their use of resources. Okay, so for the consumers, international business introduces them to a variety of goods and services. For many, it enhances their standard of living and increases their exposure to new ideas, devices, products, services, and technology. Okay, so the growth of international business, the prevalence of international business has increased significantly during the last past of the 20th century, thanks to the liberalization or the internationalization of trade and investment and the development of technology. Some of the significant elements that has advanced international business, which includes the inception of the electronic funds. Again, I am repeating this telegraphic transfer, this Western Union, this PayPal, this Payoneer, this Skrill website. These are the miracles of the financial solutions. In South Korea, there are also other financial solutions. For example, if you are familiar with this, for example, HandPass, okay, GME money transfer, GM money transfer, SendPay, and many other financial solution companies. With the help of our fingertips, we can transfer our funds from one country to another country. For example, from Pakistan to South Korea, South Korea to Pakistan, South Korea to Uzbekistan, South Korea to Indonesia, and etc. etc. So these are the miracles, these are the miracles in today's world, and which is known as the internationalization, which is the internationalization of business. Okay, so today the global competition affects nearly every country regardless of size. Many sources, suppliers from you can say this, from foreign countries, and still more compete against products or services that originate abroad. International business remains a broad concept that encompasses the smallest companies that may only export or import with one to another, as well as the largest global firms with integrated operations and strategic alliances around the globe. Okay, so you know it has some challenges and considerations of the international business, which we already discussed, which is the first one was the national wealth disparities. The regional diversity according to the wealth and population, cultural linguistic diversity, country size and population diversity, the economic environment, the political environment, the cultural environment, the competitive environment, and etc. etc. So these are the things which we're gonna discuss, in which we discuss the wealth disparities among nations remain vast. The North American, we also discussed, is in home of just 5% of the world's population, yet is controlled almost one third of the world's gross domestic product. There are more than 10,000 linguistic cultural groups in the world. There are about 60 countries at the start of the 20th century. By 2000, you can say that this number grew to more than 200. Some of the challenges considered by companies and professional involved in international business include. So these are the things with which we're gonna discuss in today's business, in international business management, in advanced international management. And we can say this course has a relation with the international relations. In the art subject, there are a subject which is known as the international relation. So this course has a relation with the international relations, and in the international relations we have this type of concepts which we gonna discuss this. And so these are the things which in today's chapter we discuss, and we discuss so many things in today's lecture regarding the international business, regarding the international transactions, which is the most important thing which we discuss. And yes, it is a miracle that we can send the Western Union, we can send the PayPal, we can send the HandPass, I can send the SendB, GME, or G Money transfer. We can send our money from these financial services solution companies within seconds, within minutes, within hours. Our payments can go from one country to another country. This was not before in 1995, and yes, this is a miracle. And these financial solution countries are the miracle in today's world, in my point of view. So I hope you will learn this today's chapter. You will learn this learning, and in this learning you will understand the concept of this. So and another thing, I'm repeating my request that please, this is online semester, full course will be online. There will be no exam at all, but yes, I already submitted you assignments and the projects in the early weeks. So please send it to me as soon as possible via email or via website, which is the YSU website, and send it to me as soon as possible. I will check your assignments and I will give you the gradings as soon as possible. And for example, and if you will miss your assignments, I cannot give you the grading. So please, I'm requesting you guys again that please send me the assignments on time, and in the timely manner. I will check your assignments and I will give you the grading. Okay, so I hope you will learn this subject, you enjoy this subject. So till then, to be continued towards the next week, we're gonna discuss some more interesting things, some more interesting chapters, some more interesting elements of the advanced international management. And I hope you will learn this, and it is a very easy subject. So thank you very much. Till then, goodbye.